Welcome to Hetero, the city where you'll find many mystical anomalies and factory buildings. Wait. That's the wrong script. Welcome to Talos 2, the place you'll find many adventures reclaiming this land from the eldritch grasp of Portia. Wait. For the love of... You know what? Gacha games are quite the unique form of games in the grand scheme of things. They are free to download and play for an experience close or sometimes equal to a paid game. With the most part, the only limitation you may find is getting the characters from their respective gacha systems using their respective schmeckles. However, as of late we have reached a different form. A form which gives me war flashbacks to the days of being unable to play Bloodborne because of me not having a PS4. Let me paint this image for you. You're someone excited for the release of Neverness to Everness. You waited so patiently for it and it finally released. You're a simple fellow. You don't have much, but you do have a good enough phone and a decent PC. You're not new to gacha games either. Matter of fact, both of your devices are capable of running most games as smooth as Saitama's head on a summer day. So you're surprised to see that NTE cannot run on your PC. Well, at all. So you say, no problem, had a similar issue with Wuthering Waves, I'll just use my phone like before, easy peasy. Oh well, it's fine, I'll just download it from another location. Zenless had a similar problem for a patch, so I'll just download it from somewhere else and it will be fine, so now it should... Now I know what some of you are thinking. Well, Ajay, games are evolving and needing better devices is nothing new. Also, if you're too broke to get new machines to run those games, it means you can spend on those gachas, so devs won't care. You are correct, my good sir, but there is a problem. This is a gacha game, and a live service game at that. The number one rule for those games to stay alive is very simple. You need as many people playing your game as possible. Which means accessibility matters. Take Genshin for example. While its mainstream success was thanks to COVID and being a free breath to the wild basically, the second reason was the fact that that game could run on a Chromebook on 30 FPS. That game was so accessible it allowed a lot of people to play it. And those people told others about it and started playing it too, causing a feedback loop that kept growing and giving it income because while some players may not have the ability to spend, their word to others might as well be as valuable. Gacha games are supposed to be accessible. That is literally the business model. So explain to me why some of those new games are becoming harder to run than an actual fucking AAA title. Like if I wanna play with Funny Catwoman, I have to run it on a device that runs bloody Elden Ring in 8K with 160 FPS, using a box with 214090 spinning at maximum velocity. The main culprit here are two games, Neverness to Everness and Arknights Endfield. But Wuthering Waves also does not have good optimization. It's famous for its bad optimization nowadays. Why isn't it here? True, but that doesn't change the fact that the game is very much available for all majority of devices to play and use. Matter of fact, on the very same phones, Wuthering Waves runs fine. Not exactly perfect, but fine, as you can see on screen right now. Hello, Rojak from the future here. I forgot to talk about Zenless Zone Zero in this video, as well as record any footage of it as I should have, and unfortunately this video is already delayed as is, so I can't delay it anymore by downloading 55 gigs just so I can have 5 minutes of footage, so I hope you can bear with me here. Zenless run as well as WoA on low-end devices, if not better, thanks to the fact that it's not an open world game. Surprise, surprise. Specifically that the environments and the world and such does not have as much popping, if any at all, unlike WoA. The only time there's any lag or issues in Zenless is when it comes to particles or when there's a lot of enemies on screen. Otherwise, the performance of Zenless is pretty much universal on majority of devices out there. They did a pretty good job on it, I'll give them that. I just hope they do something about the size. Also, Zenless had the same issue as the two games I'm talking about right now, where it was blocked for like one version. I'm pretty sure it was 1.3 or 1.4, where it became unable to download on majority of low-end devices, but they immediately recalled on that decision very quickly. And even when that happened, you were able to still update and download Zenless from other sources without being blocked by Google Play protection. So I hope you keep that in mind. Also, the problem is not just that of optimization itself. The image I just showed of Google Play protection is matter of fact intentional. As a developer, you have to enable that in your game in order for it to be activated, making it so whatever you download it from any other source other than Google Play itself, Google Play protection on said phone will activate and tell you, get lost. I mean, I get why they did it, security and all. I just don't think it actually solves the problem. If someone wants to hack your game, just trust me when I say that's not nearly enough to stop it. On the other hand, Enfield, as a matter of fact, has a similar issue. It's also blocked on the same devices that NTE blocks. However, unlike NTE, Enfield's blocking is actually far more of a curious case, because I myself tried Enfield on stream after bypassing the Google Play issue on a lower end device to see for myself. And the game, surprisingly, while looking a bit rough, it worked just fine. So why did they do all this? Well, considering the problem that happened with PayPal during release, I can see their reasoning as to why. So we have two games with the same problem but two reasons behind it. One is optimized well on majority of devices but cannot be accessed on those very same devices. And the other has a good reason as to why it's not accessible on those devices. Because it runs like me after eating a bunch of expired garlic bread. You know, I am frustrated that people think that Unreal Engine is actually a good engine to use to begin with. If you want to build a game for this type of content, mainly games on mobile versions, like just use Unity. Matter of fact, the main reason why Enfield runs so well is because it's Unity. Unreal Engine, on the other hand, is just an engine that was meant for movies to begin with. That thing was not meant for games at all, and they still made 5 of them. Despite the fact that earlier I said that games evolving is normal and such, that's just not the case nowadays anymore, is it? We live in an era where majority of AAA titles are kinda falling off. And instead it's indie games that are going up, you know? The games with not much of a higher system requirement. That's because majority of people have realized that paying over 80 to 120 bucks for a game, then paying 1 to 2k for a system that can run it is kinda ridiculous. Gacha games' strong suit is the fact that they are free to begin with. It's one of their main selling points. So having to pay to run a free game to begin with is just not that appealing to majority of people out there. I do want to make something clear. I do in fact like both those games. I like NTE's way of doing anomalies and how creative they are, and how every single one of them is so unique and entertaining to figure out or fight. I like the GTA stuff in the overworld, as well as going to jail. I like all the unique character abilities that every single character has. Same goes for Enfield. I am an OG Arknights fan, so I do like how this game does a lot of things that the original Arknights just cannot do. Such as a more animated storytelling and all. And I do like the vibe of Enfield being a lot more cheery than the OG. Honestly, I had enough of depression there. As well as the fact that it's greatly optimized to begin with. I also like the character designs and their animations. I like the factory building, it's very well done and fun. My only gripe with Enfield is just what I said before. Like, I get it. You got hacked once for the PayPal and it sucked. A lot. But you should not limit your access to your game to other devices this way. Expand the range of devices that Android and iOS can download your game. It will only benefit you. Like I said before, if someone wants to hack your game, Google Play protection is not enough. Same goes for NTE, and the fact that it looks beautiful, but it also runs like...
Hold up, wait a second. Well.
that, most of the time. Heck, even high-end devices are having a problem with this game. I'm almost impressed. At the end of the day, I know more games having these issues will release in the future, technology progress and all, but in my personal opinion, if a game can be fun for at least a person, or its story has something that touches a spot in a person's heart, then regardless of how good or bad it's made, at the least it has done its job. Am I saying this video is meaningless? Nah. You have to talk about materialistic issues with this stuff, obviously. But in the end of the day, remember, you're the one playing your game, not us. Hello, this is post-editing Rojak here doing the outro. We're doing this raw without any script. There are stuff that I didn't mention in the video, mainly stuff about the NTE AI drama, which I didn't feel like mentioning because it doesn't relate to the video whatsoever. It was also talked about to death. There's also the fact that Enfield's revenue has fell off a bit in the past few months, but again, that's nothing new to Gachas and it's not really something substantial, so I didn't feel like mentioning it. For those who are curious, the device that I use to record all the gameplay footage is a Galaxy A32. I might upload links with an unlisted videos to the footage that I recorded in a pinned comment. So I guess look forward to that. I also wanna thank Phalix Tekken Refugee for allowing me to use some of his footage. He's a very cool guy, sub to him. And on that note, please, if you liked any of my yapping, then please feel free to like and sub. I promise there'll be more videos in the future, around one video every 1 to 2 weeks. And there is a short series that I'm working on that will be 1 short or 2 shorts a week. So look forward to that. That's all I gotta say. Bye.